Take a deep breath and come join me for a moment of self-care. Let's see what the cards have in store for you today. I've already shuffled the deck, so let's get started. Welcome back, fearless friends. Thank you for joining me for the extended reading. We have been using the Alliance Rider Tarot to clarify the DBT deck, and then we've also been using the Divine Feminine Oracle. The links to those both will be in the comments. And we are clarifying dialectical thinking, dialectics, opposites, black and white thinking. So what message do we need to hear from the tarot? Strength. Ooh, another major arcana card. So remember, a major arcana card means a significant, powerful message. So what Divine Feminine wants to speak to us today about dialectical thinking, about strength? What Divine Feminine wants to jump out? Mashig Labdron, and I don't know if I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. The diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Wow, really interesting message. Remember from earlier this week, we talked about the goddess Dakini, and she is about rising above black and white thinking. So that's a really interesting card to come out to clarify. So I'm going to start with the Strength card. See if I can find that one here in our book here. Okay, Strength. Keywords: courage, love, patience, balance, motivation, inner strength, and success. Strength represents inner fortitude and the power of the human spirit to overcome any obstacle. The querent should know they can endure life's obstacles through confidence, stamina, and persistence, tempered by patience, compassion, and inner calm. The lion is a symbol of our animal passions and desires. Strength, represented by a woman, controls the lion with quiet determination. The lemon skate appears over her head, the same symbol seen in The Magician. Her white robe is that of the innocent fool, indicating a purity of spirit. The appearance of the Strength card indicates a time when you must examine your instinctual urges and reactions, especially if you are assessing a situation or need to make a decision. This is a time to draw on your maturity of spirit, love, and compassion. Listen to your animal passions, but don't be governed by them. All right, so now let's see what the Divine Feminine has to say. Let me find her in the contents here. Sheik Lebron. 125. And again, I apologize. I'm probably terribly mispronouncing her name. Mashig Labdron, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Just looking at the imaging on her card is beautiful. She's definitely very strong. Mashig Labdron takes the dark and transmutes it into only more light. Tibetan Buddhists believe that the Yeshe Tsaigol was reborn as Mashig Labdron, and that both were incarnations of the female Buddha Vajrayogini. Mashig's mother had an auspicious dream right before giving birth. 7 Dakinis poured water over her body, blessing her, purifying her, and prophetically relating that this little baby girl would also be a Dakini. As a young woman, Mashig made a living by reading the I'm going to misspell this, Prajnaparamita Sutra, or the Heart Sutra, which is the most beloved wisdom text in Mahayana Buddhism. People considered it a great blessing to have it read in their homes. After leaving a monastic order, Mashig married and lived what is referred to as the red and white essence of mystical union. She practiced tantric union with her husband while raising a family together. Her son became one of her greatest successors. Mashig developed the tantric Buddhist prasam of Chod. These teachings were the first Buddhist teachings to emerge in Tibet. Chod is referred to as the cutting off ritual. A demon, according to Mashig, is anything that obstructs the achievement of freedom. Demons are our ego beliefs, not scary, hairy beasts, but inner barriers that keep us from realizing the nature of reality. The Chod practitioner visualizes their demon and then mentally cuts off parts of their own body as an offering to the demon. Mashig holds a traditional Tibetan Chod drum, a damaru, in one hand and a bell or ganta in the other. Mashig, like Yeshi Tsogyal, lived until she was 99, and then according to Tibetan Buddhists, she reincarnated as Lama Tsultrim Alyon, an American Buddhist teacher. Alyon explains in her book, Feeding Your Demons, that Chod is a method for bringing our shadow into consciousness and accessing the treasures it holds rather than repressing it. This powerful, unbroken lineage of female transmission reveals to us that enlightenment is about conscious. When your soul selects her card. From Mashig's perspective as an enlightened female, she knew that the difference between a god and a demon had to do with our reaction to them. Those who cause us pain, she explained, also teach us patience, whereas those who bring gifts can distract us from our spiritual paths. No one and no single situation has the power to derail us. That is, unless we let it. The power rests within us. The spiritual path for Mashig was to become intimate with her inner demons, those thoughts or beliefs that kept her from experiencing joy, bliss, and pure love. The darkness within us isn't actually dark. It often feels threatening because some aspect of our intuition knows that when we face it, we will reclaim a lost part of our soul. We will heal. We will become more whole. And then that, ironically, can be terrifying. We get so used to functioning with only one wing. We wonder, how can I fly now with two? I'll go too far, too high. What will I become now that I am free? And who will I lose in the elevation of my soul? Mashig is here to support us in seeing what's ready to come to consciousness. She's here with her diamond heart to hold us as we feed one of our demons, not with fear, but with the knowledge that bringing it to life and into the light will help set us free. Here's a journal prompt or something you can use in meditation. Is there an ego belief that I am ready to see and release within me? Wow. So, the combination of these cards for me is really interesting because these dialectical beliefs can be things that hold us back. We can get trapped in black and white thinking or all or nothing thinking. And another thing that can trap us is our inner demons. We can be really afraid of facing those things, and a lot of times what we do is suppress them, right? We try not to look at them. And so the card here is asking us to really examine those thinkings. Like this card is asking us to make a list of at least 5 positive qualities you or someone else you are sometimes down on or don't like have. So it's asking you to kind of look at the opposite. What is that shadow telling you? I think what this might be is could be a call for some of you to do some shadow work. Now, if you're not familiar with shadow work is looking at our inner demons and kind of feeding them in a way, and really trying to think about, what is this trying to teach me? Why am I hiding it? And how can I set myself free from these internal bonds? So what Mashig is telling us is that you are strong enough, right? You are strong enough to handle your inner demons. You are strong enough to look at 2 things and see that there might be a third way, a third direction. You know, there might be something inside of you that you didn't know was there. And the only way to find that is to face that inner demon. Face what that is. And that is what is going to help bring you into the light, help liberate you from black or white, all or nothing thinking. And you have the strength to do that. If you're worried about that, this is something that you can do with a therapist. It's a really good activity, actually, to do with a therapist, with someone to help guide you. There's also another book, and I can link to it in the comments, called the Shadow Work Journal, which you've probably seen on TikTok. I've gone through that journal myself, and it is a really helpful, interesting way to look at your demons, and then when you are in your shadow, to help you realize when you're in your shadow, when you're behaving in a way that isn't authentic to you, when you're triggered or when you're emotionally dysregulated, facing yourself in that moment and trying to figure out, why am I triggered by this? Why am I feeling this way? What is causing me to react so strongly in this situation? And by actually facing that inner demon, it will set you free. So really interesting and beautiful message for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.